Good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever everybody. Hello, this is the Religious Nerd Squad. I am Servant of God 777. With me, as always, is Chels Bunny. Yes, she's showing off a VTuber avatar. Say hi.
Hello, I'm your chaotic VTuber bunny to bring you funny joy and random shenanigans I could come up with.
And
And for
also
some
Raius
reason,
Khan.
yep.
Sorry. And also with us, Raius Khan, her boyfriend and potential intended, and the only lion and ruler of Outworld, apparently. Don't ask how.
The only one from Earth World 2. That was a fun competition.
Oh, yeah. And last but certainly not least, our lovely Vampire of the Night Diva, Night Rose Goldsmith, as she is known. Say hi.
Good evening and welcome, everyone.
And, yeah, with that, for everyone wondering, no, we're not going right into our little list of stupid fools. We need to take a break because that was over 3 hours, and I am not talking that long again. I almost killed my voice, as did the others here. That was too annoying.
Yeah.
And as
yes,
Chelsea laid out from her expressions, yes, we don't want to do that again for a bit.
admittedly, also, it's because of how long our video was that we decided that if we're going to be calling out individuals, it needs to be less than an hour and 30 minutes.
At least around then, and then to get a two-parter if we have to go longer. But, well, with that, reminding that everyone this is on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, make the algorithm pay the heck attention because it likes to be an extra, but now it's after August 13th, 2025. Because, yes. And with that, Diva, we're gonna go over some other stuff that we both, like, and for at least one of us, is topical to recent stuff that's come out. Because, why not just do something nice after having to deal with that much? And Diva said she wished to go first, so, floor is yours.
I wish to discuss Labyrinth and its amazing storytelling as well as visuals, because it is one of the amazing works of Jim Henson, who gave us not only The Dark Crystal, but also The Muppets and Fraggle Rock, which, oh, by the way, was one of the contributing factors behind why the Cold War ended. Look it up.
Okay.
So we literally have Jim Henson to thank for why the Cold War ended.
That is very telling, too.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Labyrinth is a movie that stars David Bowie, yes, that David Bowie, as Jareth the Goblin King, who grants a young girl named Sarah's wish to spirit her brother away from her because her life has gone out of control and she wishes to, and like any other teenager, she makes a stupid snap decision. And now she realizes the consequence of her action.
For anyone who says that would never be me, I dare you to look back at your childhood life and all the stupid things you once said aloud.
Yep.
And of course, along with the the cinematographic technical genius and puppeteer genius of Jim Henson, we also have George Lucas as producer. Yes, the man behind Star Wars produced this movie, and the wittiness of Terry Jones of Monty Python.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wait. What, in a Monty Python characters? That one I did not know.
Yeah, Terry Jones wrote the script.
That
Nice.
explains 2/3 of the comedy.
Yes.
Yep.
Very British humor, that's for sure. Although now that I've been to England, I now understand why sheep frequent so often in Monty Python sketches. They're everywhere.
I've never even been to Britain and I still know that.
Trust me, I go to Hadrian's Wall. They're literally chewing grass right on the wall. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Reason why I got so fascinated with Labyrinth was once long ago, I was a 14-year-old girl. I think you know where this is going. I was a 14-year-old girl, and I was first exposed to Labyrinth thanks to a Harry Potter crossover fan fiction, and yes, I do not recommend it. But I'm like, who is this Jareth King of Goblins? Why does he seem so interesting? And just a note, I did not have a visual at the time. So I looked up Labyrinth on YouTube. First I found out that he's a character from the film Labyrinth. I'm like, what is Labyrinth? So I go on YouTube, and the full movie is available in parts, which shows how dated I am. Because back then you could do that on YouTube without this thing called the copyright system.
The old days of YouTube where you could break up a movie into 5 to 10 minute skits and it was still kind of watchable, more so than pirate sites. Not joking, by the way. The quality in audio and video was that good.
And
We used to be a
viruses.
country, a proper country.
So of course, I watched the movie and I'm utterly fascinated. The music was phenomenal. I mean, it's David Bowie. What do you expect? And of course, yes, like every teenage girl, I was feeling funny about him. Go on, Chelsea, make your joke. We know you want to.
I mean, yeah, you can see the visual right there. We ain't got to say much more. Ladies, if you don't know, David Bowie, when playing Jareth, is wearing tights. Only on his lower half, while dressing very obviously regally flamboyant, like it's at a steampunk. So 90% of women automatically had certain awakenings on seeing him the first time in that.
It was a different time.
Of course, I had to keep me watching that movie secret since my father did not like David Bowie at all.
To be fair, your earthly father's, every time I hear about him, sounds like he's a complete and utter twat, and I will just leave it there because we're not going down that road again.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, I will say this: there are only two men that can steal your girl while in women's clothing: David Bowie and Prince.
Yes.
Interesting tidbit. Originally, Michael Jackson was considered to be the role of the Goblin King before they settled on Bowie.
I could see that.
That could work.
I think
Although-
part of the reason why they went with Bowie was he was better at being flamboyant and the British accent sold it.
Indeed.
Right.
Not to mention, in an interview with David Bowie, he outright said Jareth would rather be anywhere else than looking over the goblins. He'd rather be vacationing in Soho. But because they're goblins and they'd be lost without him, he has no choice.
Right.
Understandable.
And yes, I finally got my hands on the novelization by A.C.H. Smith, and oh my god, there is so much more depth of what's going on in the movie. You know that ball scene where Sarah's dressed in that beautiful white gown and Jareth's dancing with her and chasing her across the ballroom, and then she's trying to get away from him?
Yes.
In the book, he almost kissed her.
Oh, yeah, that's
She almost
right.
kissed her. Whoa.
Oh my.
They were not that far
my.
apart from that almost kiss. It was like maybe an inch, if I'm recalling my bits of the novelization read correctly.
He was about to, but then the clock timed just right.
Oh, thank goodness.
For her, it was Saved by the Bell. For him, it was Blocked by the Bell.
And also, Josh Scorcher actually recently did a video from his series 5 Great Villain Songs, which featured his song Within You.
Ooh.
And yes, that song is dark, and it is unsettling in the most fascinating way.
Which, for a character like Jareth, who is not just hinted in the novel as being also a goblin, but in both that and the movie explicitly is hinted at also being a member of what is known as the Fae, yeah, that's fitting. Very fitting.
Unfortunately, the quote-unquote official manga sequel tried to claim that he was just nothing more than a wizard. And I'm like, bollocks! I call bollocks.
Especially given his
Yeah.
age, I call bollocks.
Shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Shenanigans.
And not to mention, they tried to make the focus character Toby in the manga, and of course, Sarah's completely forgotten everything about her time in the labyrinth. And I'm like, no, please, for the love of God, don't. It would have been so much more interesting that she remembered, and Jareth is still pursuing her even after all this time.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Why couldn't we have that?
Is the novel written by the same guy?
Nope.
That's why!
Manga is written entirely by a different person, and of course, Jareth has an ex, and she is just as flat as I was fearing that she would be.
Yeah, again, this is because it's not done by the OG author. Fun tidbit for everyone who wants to push certain sequels: if the original creator didn't have a hand in its creation, it's bad fanfic. Every time, because key characters are ignored, and also other times, it's clearly written in a sort of wish fulfillment sense. I will point to the supposed sequel slash fanfic of Phantom of the Opera for the reason why. Anyone who knows that script, you understand why I say that.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I totally understand.
Yep, I remember Diva venting to me about that script.
I learned
Oh,
about
yeah.
it before meeting these guys, and yeah, that was a special level of wow, way to undo the entire first thing, which I wouldn't be surprised if
Literally
Labyrinth's
turned-
manga does.
Literally turned Christine back into the doormat that she was in the original musical.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to character assassinated Raoul. They did my boy Raoul dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Christine cheated on him with the Phantom. I'm like, the hells? I thought the point was her to get away from him.
When would
You wanna know
that? There's no way that happens without it being very, very illegal in certain senses. If you get my meaning, there is no way that doesn't look bad.
And then, of course, they also did my girl Meg dirty as well.
Again, this is why I call it not an actual sequel, but fanfic. And the manga for Labyrinth, from all I've heard of it, and I've seen at least one copy, sounds the same. Because there's no mention on the back of the book of it of Sarah. There's no mention of much else of the Labyrinth. There's just Toby is now the heir because of what happened to him as a kid. Which, yes, spoilers.
And of course, the worst part about that sequel of which we do not speak for Phantom, that was actually made by Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd.
As in the original creator of the musical.
That explains
disastrous.
a lot.
Ooh.
Which, for those who
my.
don't remember, the musical and the theatrical bits are only more recent things compared to the original story. And in fact, the first movie is in black and white.
Especially since that the original book was by Gaston Leroux.
Mm-hmm. Is very old.
And Gaston Leroux made it very clear that Phantom and Christine are not a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's interesting. Yes, it's dark. Yes, it's fascinating. Yes, I would read it over and over again because it's interesting. But does it portray an abusive relationship in a good light? No. In fact, it actually points out that this is wrong.
Mm-hmm. Heck,
Yep.
the first live-action movie, the black and white one I remember, the Phantom fakes having something to kill everyone with, like a bomb or something, and then laughs about not having it, and they all, well, he's on a bridge, and he's surrounded by a bunch of mob that he tried to spook for a hot second.
In the original book by Gaston Leroux, the Phantom actually had full intention on going through with his threat of blowing everything sky high.
Mm-hmm.
Christine actually stands up to him and actually agrees to marry him to save everyone. But not because she loves him, but because she was defying him. He was hoping she would choose to kill herself and ergo everyone else.
Well, that's actually... Oddly enough, I think that mirrors part of Labyrinth in the book and the movie. If you know... Okay, Diva, do you want to go over that last ending bit where Sarah basically wins the Labyrinth at the last second for comparisons, or should I?
Well, it's pretty much the word for word from the book. Well, the book came out after the movie, but it's pretty much word for word. Give me the child, Sarah, beware. I have been generous up until now. I can be cruel. Generous? What have you done that's generous? Everything. Everything that you have wanted, I have done. You asked the child to be taken. I took him. You cowered before me. I was frightening. I have reordered time. I have literally turned the world upside down, and I have done it all for you. I'm growing exhausted living up to your expectations of me. Isn't that generous? Through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, I have fought my way here to the castle beyond the Goblin City to take back the child that you... Stop! Sarah, look at what I am offering you. Your dreams. And of course, Sarah's trying to remember the bits. And there's these two lines that are total red flags in relationships. Red flags.
If I remember right, they were some of the sillier ones. It was,
Give me 1 second.
Meanwhile, Chelsea's having to get a stuffed toy or a little cutesy VTuber just to handle not dealing with this for a minute. I don't blame her. Also, it blinks in tune with you. Very nice.
Thanks.
Sorry about that. I had to step out of my room for a minute because someone was vacuuming.
Oh,
But
well, it's okay.
Good.
The one thing I know about that line, because I do have it memorized. If you don't mind me saying it.
Can I at least say it? Can I at least get it out, please? I've been building up to it. I ask for so little. Just let me rule you, and you can have anything that you want. Just fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave.
Ladies, if any man ever approaches you with the phrase, fear me, love me, do as I say, and I will be your slave, he's not in love with you, he's in love with the idea of you. Run.
Ooh.
Very much. And guys, same thing if a woman phrases something like that. Run.
Yes.
Okay.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the thing that gets Sarah to break the spell that he has over her in that moment, or somewhat he's trying to put a spell on her in that moment. For my will is as strong as yours, and my kingdom is as great. You have no power over me.
Yeah. Oddly enough, that phrase, my kingdom is great, she's a teenage girl in America. She doesn't have a kingdom. That's the odd bit where I've seen used to make very, very oddball fanfics. Because she effectively, in a place of high faith, might, and magic, declared herself having a kingdom as great as the Labyrinth. Words have meaning.
I've actually seen more better written fan fictions on fanfiction.net for Labyrinth than what Jim Henson Studios pushed out with that manga.
Yeah, understandable. And again, one thing I note of one of the novelizations of the Labyrinth itself, in that last scene, the spell is broken and Jareth suddenly looks like a goblin. They don't do that in the movie because as the description alone is kind of horrifying. Also, imagine David Bowie turning into one of the most ugly and odious looking of the goblins you've seen in the movie so far, and you get an idea of why that would be a very bad thing to do.
Not to mention, in the movies, he turns back into a barn owl and then flies off at the end of the credit, right when the credits start to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the factor that if in the novelization that I read, he also turns back into a barn owl and flies off.
Barn meowler?
And in the
Barn
novel,
owl.
Oh.
and in the well, the barn owl was a frequent thing in both the movie and the book. That was what he transformed into when he was, shall we say, spying on her. And notice, a barn owl flew in right when Sarah made her wish to spirit her brother away to the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
yeah,
then
the baby
transformed
brother.
into Bowie.
Ah.
Oh, and in the book, apparently it was implied that Jareth based his appearance off of a gentleman that her mother was dating that was not her father.
I'm sorry,
Nice,
isn't her
the
mother an
English.
actress?
An actress that left her father and left her with that left an actress, yes, that split off the family and ran off with her paramour, leaving Sarah with her father and her with a stepmother and a stepbrother that she never asked for.
Oh.
The implications are she's dating someone who looks like David Bowie, or she's been dating David Bowie.
Implied that she was. There's an now, don't quote me on this. I could be loosely remembering this, but he looked like Bowie, and he had a name like Jared, and he's the one who gifted her the music box.
The music box,
music
the one that's
box.
partial MacGuffin in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's telling. Because, ladies and gentlemen, in case you've forgotten, the Fae are known for doing grooming shenanigans.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It gets worse. I will say this. When it comes to Fae, Peter Pan is technically counted in some versions of the story as a Fae, and the bad guy who kidnaps kids never says he returns them.
No, they become the Lost Boys.
In nicer versions.
Like Pinocchio. Oh.
I mean, yeah, but I'll leave that there because it gets dark.
Well, I've
It
also
does.
read recently that changelings were probably an explanation for why children developed autism in early civilization.
Given the nonsense I'm aware of, I wouldn't be surprised if there were actual changelings here and there.
Well, to be fair about to also be fair, basically those who were considered oddballs were considered oddities for people to look and stare at instead of actually interact with as people.
This is also sadly true.
And of course, parents unable to accept the fact that they have a child that's different from them will try to come up with any manner of excuses to try to justify why they treat their children like that. And of course, one of the explanations was, oh, this is not my kid. It got treated out with a fairy child.
Yeah, because again, people, no matter the aeons, will be silly little goofballs. But anyway, back on point to Labyrinth.
Yeah.
We're kind of going long. Any final thoughts, Diva?
Well, not just for the fact that in the book, when Sarah makes a realization that when she keeps complaining throughout the movie that it's not fair, oh, you say that so often. I wonder what your basis for comparison is. Well, as soon as Hoggle repeats that to her, she realizes, you're right, it isn't fair. But that's the lesson.
Mm-hmm.
That's the lesson.
Basically, life isn't fair, but you have to deal with the punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe the old phrase we know, even where I'm from, in Minnesota, would be, life's not fair. Get yourself a helmet. Also duck.
Never heard that one.
No, the also duck is one we add because at one point someone was saying it out loud. Oh, to their kid, and they almost got hit because they had to duck, and I think they were like near one of the many constructions that happened, and then someone overheard them saying, also duck, like as an afterthought.
Oh.
And for some, it sticks because sometimes, even when you're trying to put on the helmet, remember to duck because that suddenly curveball.
Not to mention, there's the fact that Not to mention, there's the fact that Sarah actually goes through a character arc throughout the story. She starts out as a bratty teenage girl, not liking her lot in life, but then because of the labyrinth, she actually learns and grows from it. Something that I don't find happening a lot in movies nowadays.
Oddly enough, my own topic might have that, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, I admittedly loved David Bowie in that movie, and yes, he is one of the big reasons why I developed my tastes the way that they are. I mean, look at who I fell for in Baldur's Gate 3,
Astarion!
who
Yeah,
looks an awful lot like
story.
David Bowie.
Mm-hmm. Gee, I wonder why.
It's almost as if he formed my taste in adolescence.
Hmm.
But then again, I also have being reintroduced to Prince Diamond from Sailor Moon for that too.
Yeah.
In our hearts and lovey-dovey.
Yeah, yes. For,
Do I
for those wondering, yes, Diva has a very much a flamboyant villain fetish.
Look, we all have types, and if you don't know my type, look above.
Yeah. I gotta say anything more. We all know. I've met her. She is just as awkwardly chaotic and cute in real life as she is on voice or on VTuber avatar. This is normal for her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I must bid final farewell because the sun's about to set and a lady needs to eat after all.
All right.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
See you
night.
later.
Enjoy
Bye-bye.
your gathering.
Mm-hmm.
We will.
Yeah.
All right. Refresh my memory. Who was next? Was it you, Chelsea, or was it Ray?
Yes. It
Okay.
was me next. Because Raius' G-Gundam is going to go a long time.
All right. Yeah, he's going last. I'm after you. Okay. So, Chelsea, I believe
Yep.
we're talking about Madeline.
Yes, I am. It's either both the cartoon or the book. Maybe go with the book.
I mean, do whatever you feel like. We're not
Hold on a
gonna.
second. I think my
We're just
dog-
gonna try and keep the time limit down.
Okay. Sure.
No rush.
Madeline is a Canadian American animation television show. Madeline lives in a boarding school with her friend and Miss Clavel, who is a nurse, and is really relatable to the topic because it's a Christian boarding school. Then the rhyme goes, there's an old house in Paris that was covered in vines with 12 little girls in 2 straight lines. They left the house about 9:30. It's in 2 straight lines. Rain or shine, the smallest one was Madeline. And then there's a whole sequence of Madeline singing. I would sing the song, but the copyright was the song, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There's one instance where they reference Snoopy with the she is flying a red airplane,
Hmm.
and in the middle of the night, Miss Clavel's heard some noise and said something is not right song, and goes to the bedroom, and Madeline is crying, and then they called the doctor, and Madeline gets taken to the doctor at nighttime and wakes up in the hospital.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Madeline's one of those moments where it's a cute kids show. I don't think it ever pulled its punches much.
Yeah, no. Well, except
I
for
mean-
the bad hat.
Yeah, we literally got like a special where she got kidnapped and human trafficked.
Mm-hmm.
That's the movie, babe. Yeah, that is true.
I'm just helping make a point.
Okay, that's true. Okay, thank you for helping make a point.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, they have you learn French, like "Mini petite" means little one, Merci beaucoup means thank you. And some other French words. Hold on.
Hmm. Yeah.
Dang it. Hold on.
Just so there's no dead
And
air.
for night. Oh yeah, and they hang out with Madeline at the hospital and sing a song of Voila My Scar, and then they leave to go back home.
Hmm.
And in the middle of the night, Miss Clavel woke up and something isn't right. And
Is
all the
it?
girls are jealous, and they want to have the toys and candies from Papa. And Madeline's
Chelsea,
Miss
just so
Clavel
I'm
said,
clear, is this from the old cartoon show or
"Yeah,
from
it's an
the?
old cartoon show. Yeah,
Okay, so this is part of the plot of the old cartoon show.
yeah.
Uh,
I forgot to make that clear. Whoopsies."
No, I will say this for everyone. There are books, there's the cartoon show, there's at least one, I think, animated movie, and I don't know if they ever got a live action one done.
It did.
There is.
And for some reason, they gave them British accents.
British accents, despite it is taking place, I think, where? In French Canadian areas, I think?
It don't seem right though, but it's I guess it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Miss Clavel in the original cartoon special says "Bon wheat," and then she turned off the light and closed the door, and that's all there is. There isn't any more, and that's how the cartoon ends.
Yeah.
And there's also video games with Madeline on the PC, Macintosh.
Those are old ones, aren't they? From like their late '90s, early 2000s, or am I thinking of a different one?
No, that's the correct one. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Madeline's one of those rare to goof up, cute, wholesome.
Slice of life.
Yeah. It's ironically for me, I do who remember seeing this as I've been a kid born in like '86. I remember growing up seeing this stuff. It's very wholesome and cute, and at the same time, it is one of those moments where you're either gonna really like it or you're gonna be annoyed at some parts as you grow older. Mind you,
Yep.
not annoyed is in the same vein as people are of Barney. That's a difference of you grow up at a certain point and you're like, no, this show is just meh at best. What is this?
True.
Madeline, I will say, is one of those ones you can easily watch as an adult with or without kids. It's
Yeah.
doesn't need to be anything intense. Doesn't need to be great epic. It's just wholesome slice of life.
Yep.
Right?
You
Yeah.
also find it on the Pluto TV and some YouTube to watch.
Mm-hmm. I will say this.
How much? Yeah. How much time do I have?
Uh, you can keep going for a bit if you want.
Okay. So there is like the lion said before, there is a movie where Madeline gets taken away, the child laborers. No, that's kind of yeah. Because there's this guy that pretends to be Madeline's uncle. Spoilers. And he turns out not to be the uncle. And Madeline meets these other orphan girls at the French. Hold on.
Take your time. We got.
Okay.
You're
We're
good.
still good on time. Don't worry.
Okay. Hold on. My mouth's dry. Let me get water. A lot of talking makes your throat dry.
Oh yeah. Again, there's a reason we're not going forever.
True. So the lady that takes that runs the orphanage name is La Cruchante. Sorry.
Which is probably why it takes
Something
place
like
in
that.
Britain, is they wanted to have that fit in France.
Yep. So Madeline has this beaded necklace and drops them so that way her friends can find her. And they eventually do find her, and Madeline outsmarts the evil lady. And they apparently you can use hair to make lace. So they're in
I don't think that works that
No.
way, but then again, I'm not gonna
it's
argue with it.
cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even if it
Yeah,
wasn't, I mean, like I'm not gonna argue that much. That's too
Yeah.
silly not to so silly to argue against.
Mhm. And she cuts Madeline's hair because the customer wanted red doily lice, and she gets her hair cut. And the 11 little girls helps Madeline get free and helps the other Madame La Cruchante saves and find a home with Dr. Cone.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's how the cartoon movie ends. It's like when I was little, it's just like, oh, there's nothing scary or wrong about the movie, and you're older, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I
that's
was-
one of those you did not expect this moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also holiday specials, and the book won awards for best author.
Oh yeah, Madeline's one of the more popular, celebrated books out there for kids. Or at least it was for a while. I don't know if it still is. I'd have to go look it up, but yeah, that's a different topic for another time.
Oh, I forgot to mention who does the Madeline. Good boy. Ludwig Bellisman? I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. And after he passed away, he has a son, and his son continued with the books.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that.
Yep. With one of Madeline goes to the U.S. and the White House.
Oh yeah. I forget how that one went.
True.
All right. So, but to finish up, I'm assuming you would say to everyone that this is something they should at least try and look up and read, if not watch the cartoons also.
Yes, and it's very educational. If you want to learn French, Madeline's the way to go. Or you can do Rosetta Stone, but Madeline's more entertaining.
All right then.
Okay.
Thank you for that. So, since I'm up next, and I did mention there would be one topical, I was not joking. I have been obsessing over K-Pop Demon Hunters because the symbolism is kind of intense. And by kind of, I mean very. And not just general symbolism of like, like people trying to, like fighting against demons over generations. I am one who's very much in my own walk as a Christian, because people forget. Oh yeah, we are Christians all here. For those who forgot, because we've said it in almost every other intro. I am someone who can see symbolism in a sense, but I'll go over the plot of the movie to an extent, which, by the way, yes, this is the spoiler warning. If you have not seen it, pause, go watch, come back.
We'll be here when you get back.
Yeah, the video's not going anywhere unless YouTube gets annoyed. which might happen, but at the same time, we can fix that. Don't worry. So in short, to do the plot quickly so I don't take up everyone's time, the movie starts off very much not pulling punches and going overly dramatic on the wording. You open up to the concert of the girls in front of you that I'll be showing here, which, by the way, this scene's from the near end of the movie. I'm not gonna... I'll get to that. We'll get to that. The girls that go by the band name of a Huntrix. They are, yes, ye old K-pop demon band. Demon Hunters, but also K-pop girl band. The basic, 3 girls type bit. Framed that as the beginning, when this all started, was way back in ye old ancient Korea times. Like, well before any communism hit Asia. Well. Like, I think this is easily... Given that the whole setting reeks of before America or the West really showed up, is how I kind of take it. It's all traditional Korean and Asian architecture, outfits, stuff like that. Complete with certain musical instruments that seem like the traditional bits. It lays out that the original 3 hunters used magic laced with song, not only to fight against the demons, but also let them harmonize with other people to form what is known as the Hamun, aka a barrier separating us from where the demons dwell, so they could stop stealing souls. And there are scenes in the movie beginning that indicate that stealing a souls involves them sucking them out the back of you, or drinking it. Yes, that's relevant to something later. I will get to that. So you cut forward as it goes through all the more current ladies who have done the 3-member band thing up to the current one, Huntrix, and in laying out the characters, the lead singer, known as Rumi, R-U-M-I, she's hinted at being the daughter of one of the 3. Later revealed that she is, I'll get to that in a sec. Well, let's just say her parentage is part of the plot. In a way, you don't see the parents. But her mother is one of the former members of the previous band, and the other member raised her and 2 others up to become was supposed to be the final ones known as Huntrix to, quote, fully seal the Hamun and make it golden. Yes, that's a plot point. So as we get to this, you have her, you have, good lord, I'm forgetting the 3 names. Give me a sec. I'm going to pull up a browser real quick and hope that I don't forget things. Okay.
The black-haired one is Zoe.
Zoe, who spent time in Burbank, California growing up and is the rapper and is implied to have gotten to rap battles in school with anyone who came against her. Oh. And I'm trying to remember what the 3rd one's name. She's basically the one yelled I think she's the redhead, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a redhead.
Okay. So her bit is basically kind of standing out from her. Mira, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe are the 3. But yeah, she's basically the kind who's like come from a rich family, very rebellious, is constantly stoic, like to a very stereotypical point.
Yeah, think Mai from Avatar.
Yeah, but I don't think Mai ever kept her stoicism as much in public as, as much as, shall we say, as much as she did. But on point, it comes to them thinking, we're going to do our last concert before we take a break, and then the plan is to just maybe rest up and do the final song. Nope, that's the plan. But they're somehow not there, because demons took over the Dane plane and are trying to steer them away, and they suddenly realize it because one of the dead giveaways, one of them is pouring a hot pot of coffee into a potted plant. Stupidly.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't even be bothered to learn how plants work. The implications given, by the way, of how demons are formed is from the Demon King devouring the souls and making demons out of them. That's terrifying enough.
Seemed more funny when the demons got freaked out by their snacking habits.
Yeah, it's like... Because the minute they see them carb loading, I think, what is it? Rumi? I think she shoves an entire large sushi roll just down her throat. And I'm looking at like... I am so glad this isn't a mukbang that would ever be done in real life. I don't think humans can normally do that.
I gotta correct you on that, because I do share this to people who know Korean stuff. I think it was kimbap.
Oh, yeah.
Kimbap.
Yeah, just, But yeah, after that, after realizing when talking to their manager going, where the heck are you three? They lay out right there. They're, you know, are we there? And then they realize they've flown past the arena. And they realize that they're demons. And they immediately go, we'll be there in like 5 minutes, don't worry. And just hang up on the manager. And immediately call out the one who's watering with coffee. That is still so dumb to me. I don't know why you would do that. And immediately points out that you're clearly a demon. And then just rolls up her sleeve and goes, oh, look, patterns, which are like purple lines that they have. And by that, I mean, they're considered the patterns or the lines that are marks of shame. Which, in case you're wondering, yes, the plot is that the demon can be controlled by the Demon King with them. All the demons can. So it's basically a case of, yeah, you belong to him when you have those. And they're seen, at least in some cases, described as the more they spread, they start to corrupt who they're on, almost. And I bring this up because, as a little bit after this scene here, this is where it goes to the first bit, where they go into the song known as How It's Done, with some of the most insanely crazy demon fighting scenes I've ever seen, because it basically doesn't show a lot of the graphic stuff you'd expect. Because one, the demons seem to break up in energy when they're beaten, and two, they do the flashing through windows with color background bit on the plane that show the demons effectively being bodied so badly, it's like, just give them a mercy killing. That just looks awful. Because a part of me's like, I am suddenly sympathetic to the soul-sucking demons because, that doesn't look like a fun day. That looks like a ridiculously awful beatdown. So, them being afraid of the hunters makes sense. Like, because yes, it's implied right before the movie really kicks off, they're kind of terrified of these girls, for apparently good reason. And then for the more insane shenanigans, during said fight, they have to let the ramen heat up for 3 minutes in hot water. And just as they get to the ramen, turns out one of the demons ripped off the half of the plane with the cockpit, and another ripped off at least one ring. And then I think it's who's the stoic one again?
Mira.
Yeah, Mira immediately goes, well, this plane's trash. They all immediately scarf their ramen and then dive off after the last few of the demons right to their concert while fighting and singing the whole time. Yet somehow they go right into the song during it and there's no missing the beat for them. It's like, were they hearing this song the whole time? Or are the fans used to this kind of shenanigans? I have questions.
No answers.
Yeah, no answers. It's like, nope, no answers. Just keep moving. To the point of one of the demons actually winds up in the crowd in the front for a minute and then winds up getting ganked by Zoe's throwing knives, because each one of the girls has different weapons. Mira has the old giant blade on a pole arm. I forget the exact name because it's not just a spear. It looks like a blade you put on a sword or almost scimitar-like. I forget the exact name of it. Zoe has throwing knives. Think, if you've ever seen Naruto, think like those. I forget what they're called. And then, but just without the, yeah, those without the rings on the end. So they're just throwing. And then our main character, Rumi, And I say that because she takes up a good chunk of the movie's atmosphere. I am not joking on that, by the way, because she is a key part of the plot. She has a basic blade. Just the old basic, kind of short mid-range sword. And they're all made out of light and summoned by their powers. Because, of course, that's how this would work. Because otherwise, hiding those weapons would be near impossible. Chelsea, put the knife away.
Sorry, I got carried away.
This is why we keep being careful around her. Anyway, so after that, as it gets to where they're getting into where, we're going to take a break. They immediately get in the robes. They get on the two, Mira and Zoe are very happy to get in the couch and just relax and have all kinds of food. Even a freaking fully delivered pizza on the pile they have. Right near the bottom, too, to where I hope it's not hurt. But Ruby is so desperate to finish up, because they think they can finally finish and seal this, she drops the new single, called, of course, perfectly labeled Golden, ahead of schedule, and hands out the other two's costumes for it while coming up in her, and they're crying about not being able to go on break. Meanwhile, the manager, upset at this, upset a bit at this. He's kind of more shocked that, I thought you were going on break, but the single's doing record numbers. And the girls kind of get out of their funk. This is where, as it transitions to people anticipating the release, they integrate the music to the movie. Very well done, actually. And one of the interviews has them pointing out to their first live concert coming up, oddly enough, within maybe days of them dropping it, because it's implied there's a bit of a time skip. During recording, before they get out there, Rumi's in her own dressing room. She takes off a, I think, towel or robe. You can see the same demon patterns all on her chest. It's implied later on in a flashback, those have been with her since she was a kid because her apparent father is a demon somehow. The implications, given her mother was one of the hunters, is not exactly, it could be benign, but the other implications are very, very dark. And I will not mention them because I'm not going that dark, ever. I don't ever want to bring that kind of stuff up. And since I'll just try and speed this up. After that bit, because apparently, whatever this is, prevents her from singing. Like, she can't get certain notes out, and it just makes her go, heh, like a gasp out of nowhere. Cut to the demon world, where one of the remaining demons that got away from the plane attempt is murked by their king, who's upset. And then, our boy Junie shows up. One of the 5 who go forward to become a literal demon K-pop boy band. And each of their names is in fact considered by many to represent not only sinful things, but some of the darker aspects of K-pop in general. The one who's got the prominent abs is literally called Abby. The one of them's literally called Baby. And their single is called Soda Pop. Remember how I said demons would drink the souls out the back of people? They describe they want to drink everyone up in that You're My Little Soda Pop. It is one of the most catchy and eerie songs when you actually look at the lyrics and in context of the movie. Because, okay, the worst bit, later on it's implied that there are missing people from the demon souls. And the implication is, once they steal your souls, you don't leave anything behind except maybe some clothes and, like, more accurately from a later scene, like purses, backpacks, cell phones, basically things not on you physically. Oh. There's creepy, and then there's oh my good lord. I can suddenly see why this would be a keep it secret from the world type issue because, again, Zoe grew up in America in Burbank, California, implying that she's potentially has a dual citizenship. And America would see a demon incursion and immediately want to nuke it. If you had proof that...
We'd want to reenact the Devil May Cry anime ending, which is a lot more cooler than they wanted it to be.
Yeah, it's like, this is supposed to be commentary against America, is the most awesome pro-America thing you've ever done that literally backfired on you. That's kind of what you see a lot of in that. But back on point,
I can hear a rapper, by the way.
yeah, that was me. I was just trying
Okay,
to move something
just
around.
checking.
Nah, just, because we're already coming up on there now and I want to give Raius a chance to spiel for the last bit, I'm trying to finish. So after this, and because the girls also found out about this happening because they were taking Rumi to what a supposed doctor who turned out to be a quack who, instead of giving them some type of serum or whatnot to whatever it was they called it, to be able to drink and get better, it was apparently just relabeled packages of grape juice. Because of course the guy's a quack, and Zoe, who he fell for it.
Because why not?
Zoe's the kind who seems like she would, and she's very easily excitable. She's their songwriter.
Gee, who does that remind me of?
Me.
Yes.
You are not subtle, and I love it.
So, oh, by the way, just so I can clear for the picture and everyone, Rumi's in the middle. Zoe's on what would be the left-hand side of the video, aka the right for everyone looking at it, and the very tall one is Mira.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay.
So with this whole thing, it evolves into a plot of the demon boy bands are trying to take away the fans of the girls and seem to partway be succeeding. To the point of everything they do seems to start causing problems for the girls, even trying to go after them. And one of them, in a fight shortly after their initial attempt of trying to deal with the boys, sees that Rumi has lines, has the patterns that a demon would have, and is weirded out. And he also, in an attempt of manipulation, gets close and covers them up for her out of nowhere and lets her just fight the rest of the demons while he and his boys get away. Because they go into a male bathhouse of all things, and they just start having to fight them off there because they immediately get attacked. Short version is, shortly after this, a plot starts forming to screw with them through Rumi via Junie manipulating. And oh boy, does it look like he did. It gets to a whole point of them having clandestine encounters. At the same time, the girls are trying to make a newer song to effectively a diss track called Takedown. And yes, the song keeps having problems because Rumi catches feelings for the Demon Boy member Junie.
Aww.
And part of that is because a fan immediately shipped them. Shippers, not even once.
They are not people.
Yeah, that is telling. But yeah, that oddly enough is because of a signing bit to where when they tried to have them when Soda Pop showed up to try and co-opt the signing, they realized they lost half the fans, and then Rumi immediately jumps on. Yeah, they're just gonna be joining with us signing, and the tension is so thick you can cut it with the knife, heavily.
Nice.
But, yeah. Going back and forth through it, Junie reveals what is said to be his backstory of having made a deal just to possibly improve the life of him and his family, his mother and sister, as it were. And he's not fully honest about all the details, because of course he's trying to be manipulative, but Rumi is being genuine and, almost seems to convince him to help her. Because his deal with this boy band bit is, I want my memories taken away. And it's revealed the demons are kept in line by shame. Anyone who understands Christianity, you're paying attention. Because a lot of the songs have symbolism in two ways. The Soda Pop one is a blatant, when you understand how demons take souls, bit about wanting them to be obsessed over over what the demons are pushing so they can drink them up, as it were. Which is very darker when you realize that. The girls, however, seem to be... almost every song is a call out against the demons, against evil, in a way that people, if you're not paying attention, you'll miss them. But it gets to a bit of a head. Right near the end, at what is the International Idol Awards, because of course that's a thing that they would do, the girls and the Saja boys are both supposed to compete in it. But Junie has claimed, note my phrasing, that he will keep the other Saja boys back and let the girls just win and close the Hamun. However, remember, the Demon King can outright control people through the lines, through their shame. He has full control and will whisper in their ear. In fact, later scene reveals that he does it with their own voice in a very obviously just off slightly way. If you're not paying attention, you miss.
Right.
So, when it comes to that, Rumi is the one doing most of the bit for Golden, because that's what they open with. The other two, after a while, went up backstage for their parts to come on later, but they get lured away because they think they see two demons capturing their manager. Note my phrasing. They think they see two demons capturing their manager and hauling him away. It's later revealed all three were demons as they catch up to them near an exit. But then, somehow, Mira and Zoe are out on stage while they're not out on stage. You can probably guess what you're dealing with, because it's sort of that happens. Takedown comes on the bit when it wasn't supposed to initially be on the docket. Rumi's trying to roll with it, but the demons are on assignment to expose her lines and make it seem like the band has broken up. And in doing so, the band actually does kind of break up, because the other two had no clue the entire time, and the former hunter from the previous band, whose mother was Rumi's bandmate, has been telling her to keep him hidden and not tell anyone about this until at least after the Hamun is sealed. That was the whole reason Rumi was pushing it. It's when Junie explains everything about his backstory fully and truly after this happens, because Rumi starts running off, first encounters the girls, then runs off to find Junie to just confront him, because of course, sees the demon versions of her friends and bandmates, and immediately just goes off on him. Outright explains, no, I abandoned them for the palace because I just wanted to have a good bit for myself. And remember, these marks indicate shame of a sort. And for Rumi, they've been growing every time she'd been trying to do this and hiding them. Because, for those not aware of the Christian iconography, shame is often how the devil will trap you into further sin. He'll convince you to sin, you'll feel shame, and that will be used as a trap. So shortly after this, you cut to the news announcement, where the whole world sees that Saja Boys and Soda Pop win everything, and then they immediately seem to just cut in and appear on the screen. And if you notice, because I noticed this on like what was with Ray my third watch through, it shows their full demon form with the black outfits, the purple skin with the lines, and the very obvious black hats, which are of a classical type of Korean demon. Because of course that was it. And then it cuts to what they've shown as the civilian bits. They then immediately announced they're having a concert that night as a way to supposedly help everyone get over it. And suddenly, everyone seems to hear the Demon King whispering to them in a sense of their shame, of what they should feel ashamed over. Basically, outright throwing it in their face. First, they convince the manager to waltz off. Then they convince Mira, and through convincing Mira, Zoe is also convinced. And at some point, you see them get into a trance. Like, they're not fully aware of themselves. They're just not. They're manipulated, hypnotized. Cut back to Rumi confronting the one who raised her about it. She tries to just outright try to still care, admits she couldn't because Rumi's existence was anathema to everything, basically against everything she was taught to do and to know. She tries again, but she also tries to say, no, we gotta tell him it was a lie, we gotta tell him it was a deception, and we can cover it up, we can hide it and then fix everything, and it's going about it the wrong way. Anyone who understands when it comes to Christianity, you cannot hide your sin, your shame. You cannot. You have to get rid of it, you have to confess it and ask forgiveness. Basically that kind of bit. Which we come up to the last bits of the movie in the last two movie songs. Two of the bigger ones of this thing, and both are very on point and blatant. First one is Your Idol by the Saja Boys, because of course they're not even hiding what they are. Aside from their faces not looking really demonic, they still look like their humanoid face, but the lines and the skin tone say otherwise, as does the yellow eyes and the nails. And there's no like fangs or extra facial features that would be different from humans. And this song is very heavy on blatant, I'm the only one who will love your sin. I'm the only one who will accept you in your shame. Blatant manipulative tactics that the devil and any minion on his side, natural or supernatural, tends to use. Basic manipulation. Even cults do this. Basically, convince them to be point out they're isolating. I'm the only one who understands you. I'm the only one who loves you on this. All of that. Guys, you still there? Did my internet cut?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Now, Chelsea's acting frozen, so I'm a little worried. Alright, I'll keep going. With all that, as it's ramping up, the Demon King manifests his flame giant body self, because he's literally like a giant flame on a mountaintop, and only near the very end do you actually see him have eyes, because apparently that flame is his mouth. And everyone immediately near the end of the song starts marching in. But then, here comes Rumi singing and calling out, and the Demon King calls her on everything. And she does not deny everything. She effectively goes and confesses before everyone of what she did and what happened because of what she and others were involved in. With the lines, with hiding everything, how the Ha-Moon is broken. And then Rumi's clap back at that last bit is, yes, so we could make a new one. Because the original Ha-Moon was based partly on a lie, which she again called out the previous hunter on of, if this is how the Ha-Moon has to be maintained, then I'm glad it's broken. Because she couldn't handle lying, bearing false witness, as it were. Which again, anything built on a lie, anything built on darkness, it crumbles. It cannot last no matter what it's intended for. You can't build something on a lie.
Amen.
And then we come to the last song, one I have listened to repeatedly because it's that good. This is how it sounds like. It opens like a confession, not just of her. It snaps her bandmates, her friends out of it, and they all effectively lay everything bare. Sins, shame, all of it. And one song on lyric, one of the lyrics stuck out to me, and Ray will confess this himself. He saw me go nuts. I couldn't help pointing it out.
Yeah.
This is the song we couldn't write. This is how it sounds like. For anyone who's had those moments where you know something but you can't put it to paper, that tends to be when Holy Spirit is speaking, when God is talking to you. You don't have the ability to write it because it was already in you from beginning. It was put there by God. It was stuff like that is given by God. Talent, skill, sometimes just one thing, sometimes many. That will be the case a lot. And that song, during that, they not only start fighting off the demons, this picture I have is from that bit just shortly after they have an embrace, where even the dark parts of their clothes are turned white with a rainbow sheen. I will remind everyone, The rainbow belongs originally to God. It was originally, in Genesis, the covenant between him and Noah, I shall no more flood the earth. And multiple people, when they have been taken to the throne room, will admit his throne is in rainbow colors.
That's so nice.
And more recent things God has said is recent things as of recording this on August 16th, that he plans at some point near in the future to pour out his rainbow glory. So you can see there, I'm seeing symbolisms already here. And at the same bit, they start fighting them, and of course, the Demon King, wanting his nice feast of souls, promptly decides to send all the demons in a demon band after them. But Junie seems to not be able to fight initially. Like, he has to be forced into it. So, at one point, because you'll notice this also, Rumi's lines disappear to an almost rainbow sheen. They're not the stark, dark purple, sickly-looking color they were. They almost shine like a rainbow, which is, again, a thing also from Asian cultures. When something is shattered, they gather up the pieces and they put gold into the resin to combine them back, to fuse them back, to give the piece new life, as it were. Not to hide something, but to show it as a means of both growth and a new beginning of something. Which again, they also point out that about everything, the lies and the shame that they have shattered glasses on the ground, that they let them be exposed to the light. You start to see more symbolisms the more it goes on. Now the final bit, because I want to get to this so Ray can get to his. We get to this bit where the Demon King starts pounding Rumi with attacks, almost gets through. Then Junie jumps right in, but his eyes aren't yellow. They're normal. Every part of him still looks like the demon, but he's normal. And he says, you gave me back my soul so I could give it to you. Throughout all this movie, I'm noticing Trinity parallels between all three. To the point where it seems like they're meant to be some kind of odd reflection of how things work. With God, with other people. But this bit is a blatant scene where I will pull from scripture. It's an echoing because his arms are splayed out, blocking the blast. And again, what is this one quote from Jesus I'm pulling out will be the either thing that you'll notice it. No greater love has any man for another than this, that he give his life for them. And he outright sacrifices his very soul, in a sense, gives it to Rumi, and that gives her the last strength to beat the Demon King, and that right manifests a giant freaking sword, almost like the size of what is known as a bastard sword, which if you've ever seen like Berserk or anything else, you've seen a giant sword like that. Or say Final Fantasy VII, the Buster Sword. Same giant cleaver. She immediately uses it, slices at the demon, and all through the singing of This Is What It Sounds Like, the crowd has been snapping out of their trance and singing with the band, and their soul, you can see their souls like a glowing blue orb inside them. And at the end of finally beating the demon, all three of the girls suddenly catapult up into the sky, and a new Ha-moon is laid. One that glows in rainbow colors. It also seems to sheen like it's just pure light. And all the demons are gone seemingly for good and sealed off forever. It's even... It's one of the more telling bits is, again... That's kind of the thing. When it seems like it's the darkest, when you're about to lose, that's oddly enough in life when God will step in and just pull out of seemingly nowhere to us what we need for absolute victory in what we're facing. And again, the few times after that when you see Rumi's lines, they're almost not tellable. Like you can only kind of glance and see them there. And before you wonder, there's a side bit. Junie had created two beings, a bird with multiple eyes that had a hat, and a large blue cat, which was seemingly kind of dopey. they're still somehow alive on this side of the Hamoon after that. Which is one of those bits of, if you wanted sequel bait, there you go. Something tied to them easy. But yeah. My own bit, I'll finish this up because I've taken longer than I wanted. This is one of those bits where I know I'm going to hear, like, Little Light Studios would probably go, oh, this is clearly demonic. If you only see demons, you're only doing Satan's press work. I see God speaking through every bit of this, including the bits of the demons, pointing out, don't let the shame be what keeps you from doing what's right. Because for Rumi, for her it was lying. Lying to her friends, lying to everyone, and not pointing out what she actually needed help with. If she'd have been more open, or was able to be more open, it probably would have saved a lot of this headache. But that's why, if you think, oh, them not telling it is for the best of intentions until this point, anything built on a bad foundation, on lies, on darkness, on stuff like that, on sinking sand, as it were, tends to get washed away the minute a storm hits. It won't hold up. Foundations are always important. And I will always recommend this thing and its soundtrack because this is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. And of all things, it's on Netflix. So if you haven't of it, go ahead and watch. It'll probably be on DVD within a week or two. Because they need to make more money.
Theaters, they have a sing-along for some reason.
Oh yeah, I think it's already sold out.
Yeah, that's okay. I wasn't planning on going, but I just want to get that out if anyone wants to do that.
Yeah. And enjoy it if you're going. And yeah, I will always, like I said, I will recommend it. Go watch. Do not pirate it if you... I will not endorse piracy. I will say don't pirate it for legal reasons. Don't do that because that is technically legal problems you don't want. But yeah, that's end of mine. And I think we come to the last bit. Raius, you're up.
So anybody who knows me, there are the three franchises I love. Transformers, Gundam, and Sonic. Now this is Gundam's turn. I picked the one that got me into the series in general. G-Gundam, which played on Toonami in 2002 and 2003.
Mm-hmm.
It focuses on Domon Kashu, the Neo... I'm going to say Neo a lot for those who don't know, because that's literally what the colonies are called. But the Neo-Japan fighter, who is brought in because the government told him that his brother, Kyoji Kashu, invented basically an evil Gundam called the Devil Gundam. I know, I can hear Little Light Studios gasping already.
Also known as the Dark Gundam, I think, in the American dub.
Yeah, in the dub, it's called the Dark Gundam, and basically the government's
called Burning Gundam, right?
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Basically, the government told him, hey, listen, your brother invented the Devil Gundam, and it caused your mother to die and your father to be in life support and cryogenically frozen.
Aww.
They basically told him, oh, just wait, it's gonna get better. Basically, they told him, you win us the tournament, the Gundam Fight tournament, have us rule the world. We will cure your father. And Domo thanks that as a chance to save his father and also get revenge on his brother. He's accompanied by his pit crew, by his pit person, Rain Mikamura, who, yes, you can, as you probably see in the picture, they're holding hands. What you think is happening is happening. Those two are like the canon relationship in that.
Yep.
Granted, there are some red herrings in that, which I will get to later.
I love red herrings.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Yeah, but also accompanying Domon is his group, the Shuffle Alliance, which, well, it's not the one he founded, but he's a part of it. Domon is the King of Hearts. Sai Saishi is the black-haired kid from Neo Hong Kong. He is the club ace who pilots the Dragon Gundam. Then there's Argo Golsky, the big Russian there.
Mm-hmm.
Big Russian prisoner who is the Black Joker and who pilots the Bolt Gundam, who literally has to pilot it or he will get blown up. That's a plot point. There is also George Desand, the Neo-French Neo French Knight, who is the pilot of the Rose Gundam. And last but not least, we have the Queen the Spade, Chibbity Crockett from good old Neo America, who pilots the Maxter Gundam, which I love that Gundam suit because it looks stereotypically American. It has boxing gloves and a football helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that one.
And I'm a sports American guy. I love that stuff. But anyway. So I'll probably I'll skip through like a lot, because like a lot of the beginning, it's like we're introduced to the characters.
Mm-hmm.
It really picks up when we meet Master Asia, Domon's old master in Neo Tokyo, because the Devil Gundam is wreaking havoc on it, and and basically what happens is that they have to stop it, which they think they do, but unfortunately, it was a trap. There was an imposter among us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh look, it's Master Asia in an evil-looking Gundam suit.
Gee, I wonder if he's the bad guy.
And it kind of breaks down to the point where we literally see the old Shuffle Alliance. Yeah, spoiler alert, the current one is not the only one. There was one before them, and they basically stopped it. Actually, fun fact, so the old Shuffle Alliance, their crest transferred to people of their same nationality.
That's interesting. Didn't know that.
Oh yeah, look it up.
Something.
Oh yeah, because like even Master Asia, he was the king of Hearts before Domon, and he's from Neo Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and it kind of screws up Domon because he kind of is in the mode of I can't fight my master, because that's always a trope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the father figure, the master.
Oh right, all right.
Yeah.
Before I forget, basically while all this is going on, there's a big tournament called the Gundam Fight. This is the 14th annual one where, well, not annual. I don't know what it is for 4 years. But
I think it is like an
4 years
annual one where like every year they fight until there's one Gundam left.
Yeah, and like whoever wins that, that country rules that rules everything for 4 years.
Oh yeah,
Which again, that's kind of why like the Japanese government is telling Domon, hey, you win this for us, we're gonna help you get your revenge and help thaw your dad out.
Mm-hmm.
And basically in all that, so the current Shuffle Alliance, you know, the guys I just mentioned with Domon, everybody but Domon actually got infected with what are called Devil Gundam cells, and basically they corrupt you and kind of make you go screwy. I'd say it's like
Mind control nanotech is how I would phrase it.
right, like you kind of go crazy and you go primal. You just want to kill everything. And basically, they were saved by the past Shuffle Alliance because they gave up their lives, and now they were the current ones. And we see this going, and as we see this going on, we see Domo grappling with it because, like, basically he basically had to get tough. Actually, that's a theme going on. Domo has to get pushed into doing stuff because he's very hard-headed.
Yeah. Mind you, he's also very much overpowered considering he takes a rusty katana and blocks a Gundam's attack.
That reminds me, here we go to his new master, the mysterious Schwarzbruder. Mm-hmm. If you know German, you probably know that name is a hint to something.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
And he was Neo Germany's fighter and a master in what is called German ninjutsu. I'm not kidding with that either. And he's basically trying to train Domon to say, like, hey, you can't rely on anger for your super mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, see how going... Because, like, when you see in the beginning, when he's in the Shining Gundam, he's, like, always enraged when he uses it. He's basically told that's not going to work because the Devil Gundam's going to absorb your power.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that's where the Rusty Katana comes in. He's like, listen, you need to you chop this tree with this Rusty Katana. I know you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually do see him struggle with that a lot, too.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it isn't until, like, the end of the first half of the season. That's like this big bombastic fight with the with the Devil Gundam and the Master Gundam along with the Shining Gundam, and that's actually where we see God Gundam come in, because the Shining Gundam really took a licking in that it was really damaged, and Domon had to get to Neo Hong Kong soon or lose out on the tournament. But he can't do that because, well, he's facing Master Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, we get the best Gundam in the franchise in general with God Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because not only did the God Gundam its first time out beat Master Asia, it was able to damage the Devil Gundam very significantly. And here we come to the finals of the tournament. Domon is ready to. Domon is basically going through all his enemies. Like, I think most of them are. Like, well, no, granted, Argo lost to Allenby, who pilots the Noble Gundam, which I'm going to say is because the bunny's here. It's a Sailor Moon Gundam.
Yay, Sailor Moon Gundam!
And a very red herring of a character.
Yeah, because they literally try dropping hints like, oh, Domon could love her too. It's like, no, she's a nice girl, but it's pretty clear it'd be Domon and Rain. Like we see, like shots like it could happen. Like she literally kicks them out of his own Gundam because against full spoiler alert, there's like times where like Gundam fighters have to like be in a tag team, and Domon and Allenby were a tag team. And unfortunately, what happens too is like Allenby thinks to the government of Sweden that she has this thing like when she hears a certain frequency, she goes into berserk mode, like really berserk mode.
Yeah, because of course they had to do that.
Gundam was red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they actually stopped it after she lost to Domon the first time. But unfortunately, there's some goings on in the behind the scenes of the tournament, because like the leader of Neo Hong Kong, Wong Wu Fat, he's working with Master Asia and the Devil Gundam to revive it, so he can basically rule the world himself.
Yikes!
And what happens is they set it off, and Allenby goes crazy in a tag team event with her and Domon and Argo and the fighter for Neo Canada. I'm blanking on his name. Max something. And it actually causes her to injure the Neo Canadian fighter to the point where he can't fight anymore. And unfortunately, the Berserk system takes its toll on her. So she's sent to a hospital, but basically the hospital's like, we don't know where she is. We don't have her. And it causes Domon to kind of like get angry and blame Rain for it, blaming jealousy and all that. And unfortunately, this is before his fight with Schwartz Bruder.
Yeah.
And Rain actually quits on Domon, and she's walking the streets. She sees Kyoji walk into an alley, and she tries to follow him, only to see Schwartz Bruder, which, gee, I wonder what that's implying. But anyway, like, she vents to him about what happened, and the next day, Domon with some lady I don't even know her name, who's his new pit guy. They see him coming, and Schwartz literally says, hey, look, here's my new pit hand," and it's Rain in her own mask. And this one's interesting too, because basically Domon there's no way around this. He's getting slapped around by Schwartz. He's getting his butt handed to him. And this is where I say Schwartz is the ultimate wingman. Because while he's doing this, he's beating the crap out of Domon. He's calling him weak, saying, how can we expect you to defeat the Double Gundam? He basically goes, oh, okay, you want to use your God Finger, but your system's damaged. You want to know how to fix it? It's right over there on my sidelines. Tell her you love her. Which,
Confess.
yeah, which he kind of does, and she tells him how to fix it, and that's how he wins the fight. And unfortunately, Schwartz got a little banged up, and he's at the hospital. Right, they have to sneak in But basically, Domo's fighting on the island, free for all. Rain sneaks in. She finds out that Schwartz is actually Kyoji. He's actually a clone of Kyoji, made with devil cells. Because unfortunately, the government lied. The government lied to him.
Government would lie? Oh, turn this is so!
Yeah, technically, Kyoji did build the Devil Gundam, but it wasn't the Devil Gundam. It was the Grand Gundam. What happened is it was like this ultimate weapon, but it crashed to Earth. It kind of screwed up its computer system to the point where it's a corrupting presence.
Mm-hmm.
And why that happened is because the government wanted it, and they basically folded Ruby Ridge and shot Domon's mom. And the reason the reason his dad's cryogenically frozen, that's a punishment.
Punishment?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a punishment. And what happened is, like, Kyoji, while he was technically an antagonist, he was an unwilling antagonist, because he basically got sucked into the Devil Gundam, but before he was, like, lost in general, he saw like a dead fighter, the one for Neo Germany, and turned him into clone of him, and basically said, "Take care of my brother."
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Oh yeah, and we see that a lot too.
So sad.
Well, that's why you kind of noticed why Schwartz is a little more harder on Domo than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's literally a big brother looking out for his little brother. And so, like, they make it to the island where everything's going on, because a lot of things are happening. Like, the Devil Gundam has these 4 henchmen, kind of like Apocalypse, where they're called ironically, the 4 Heavenly Gundams.
There's more than one?
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Okay.
And actually, they're fighting. And actually, Struffle Launch are fighting 3 on the island, and Schwartz is able to get in. And he was able to tell Doman on this, and I love his reaction. Doman was like, "Why didn't you tell me this before?" His own reaction was, Schwarz's reaction was, "Look, you were angry and you wouldn't believe me."
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta warn y'all, and I gotta warn people, the last few episodes, get ready for the emotional damage, because basically what happens is, Domon has to use his Godfinger while Schwartz is holding Kyoji in the cockpit to sacrifice them both. And
Oh, man.
yeah, and that's like the way to defeat the Devil Gundam. While that's going on, Rain is fighting Allenby and one of the Heavenly Gundams, because again, they unleash, because again, the government of Neo Hong Kong unleashed her on there, because she's in her permanent berserk mode for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, Rain's able to defeat her, and they were able to get Allenby to a freaking hospital. But after that, Rain and her father meet the government head, Ubu, not Ubu, Ube at the Neo Tokyo base. Unfortunately, it's not for congratulations. See, Ube wants the Devil Gundam's power, but unfortunately, it didn't need a male source of power. It needed a female source of power. Oh, hey, Rain.
Yes, people, this is going exactly what you think it is.
Yes, it is. Also, fair warning. It's not very fan servicey, but there are going to be those moments. Just be warned, people.
Yeah, those moments. Okay,
Well, it's not really sus. It's just her clothes aren't covered in the silver stuff. But yeah, anyways, now Domon kind of Oh yeah, Domon's like giving a distress signal. He's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And he's kind of unwilling to go first, because he wanted to heed Rain's notice saying, "Don't come after me." Like, it literally takes his entire posse to go up there and get her.
She's your girl. Go get your prize.
That's kind of what Chibody says.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was just being ironically.
Oh, no. I'm agreeing with you.
But I'm
And
agreeing with you.
And yeah, and it takes someone to get up there. First, he has to face Wong and in his own corrupted Gundam because Wong's trying to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually a good fight. Domon even is on Master Age's old horse, Fu Saikai. Which, yes, that's how crazy the show gets. Even horsies can have Gundams.
Horsies?
Yeah.
Yes. An equine Gundam with an equine pilot, because of course horsies.
And I think I can blast through this arc real quick. Basically, he's up in space fighting them. The Shuffle Alliance realize they have to get up there and help him. Unfortunately, like, their Gundams really couldn't make it past the atmosphere at first. Until Natasha, Argo's guard, tells him, hey, would this work? And it's Argo's old crew and his ship, and she basically quits her job and joins him. She even takes the bomb off his chest.
Wow, how risky. What a hero.
Well, that's the thing. Argo's not exactly, like, a terrible person.
He's just misunderstood. Is it a he? I'm not sure.
I'd say he's understood. Yeah, Argo and his guard Natasha, it's pretty clear they become a thing, too. But anyways, not just them, like, all the nations and their Gundams join in on this fight.
It literally becomes a case of, oh crap, we might all die, free for all time.
Yeah, and meanwhile the Shuffle Alliance, they kind of go deeper into the colony where the Devil Gundam's corrupting everything. They have to fight Ube and like this amalgam of all the evil Gundams, like the 4 Heavenly Gundams and the Master Gundam. And he's literally getting rotted from the inside out with these Devil Gundam cells. Oh yeah, basically like his 4 friends basically say, we will take him on, you have to go get Rain.
Mm-hmm. Well, describe Rain when he gets to her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing, like, the closer he gets, the more she will lash out. Like, you see her screaming, the Devil Gundam's just, like, swiping at Domon. It does not want to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
And Domon is having his all is lost moment until Alan B steps in and says, why do you gotta make this so hard? All you have to tell her is you love her. Domon has a realization, and
words.
oh yeah, and she literally asks him, you never told her that? and that's what Domon does in this scene. Like he does this really good scene where he explains what she meant to him, and he ends saying like he couldn't get through this without her. And
I'll point out something you forgot on the symbolism. At this point, Rain is basically looking entirely made of metal and silver, because that's how much of the cells have covered her up. Like she's encased herself off, as it were.
Absolutely, like Kyoji, he was withered. He was basically at death's door. Rain was covered in this stuff to the point where he's looked like a silver lady. Like, imagine Liquid Guy from Terminator, just with a woman.
Mm-hmm. Also, no clothes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The entire time this is happening to Ray, she is completely naked.
Yep.
She's naked. Oh no. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pull Micah here and say it's not supposed to be titillating. It's just like for the story.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Anyways, like, what gets her through is the moment he says, "I love you." Everything just shatters, and he covers her with his cape.
Mm-hmm.
And as the Devil Gundam's about to try and take her back, they do one last God finger to blast a hole through its chest. A heart-shaped hole, too.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give love a bad name.
Yeah. Oh, good lord. Yeah, that is one of the more telling bits, because again, one of the things that Ray forgot to mention that I remember is for the sake of audience, because this is still kind of being shown to like kind of kids in Japan, they give her a red cape to cover up in.
Yeah. She's wearing his red cape as a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Because ladies look good in red.
This is true.
Like a rabbit. No, she's not a rabbit.
I'm not touching that with a 100-foot pole.
Sorry, I I just saw it.
No, I know. There's a reason I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
All right.
Touch. Proceed, Ray.
Good
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Lord.
interrupt.
You're good. You're good.
All right. So, wrapping up so we don't run out of time.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Ray.
No, you're good.
Raius. Yeah.
Whatever. Wrapping up, you have anything else you need to finish on that, or?
No, I'd honestly say, like, if you want to get into Gundam, this would be a good start. Like, it's not, like, because it's its own singular thing. It's not like following the UC timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, basically, when you finish the season, you're good, and
Yep.
and it kind of helps you. Like, it's not the same as other Gundam series. Most of those are more anti-war. This is more.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say more Street Fighter with Gundams.
Yeah, oddly enough.
For comparison.
But yeah.
Little dolly's dancing.
But yeah, you would basically recommend watching this, right, Ray?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now while Diva did have to go away for a bit, she has sent some hints of how we plan to do the next few episodes, which I don't think any one of us are going to argue with. The next one will have some more of our favorite and maybe at least one topical current thing to bring up. Though when it comes out, we have no clue. We are playing this all by ear. Okay. Hopefully with a little more high-tech shenanigans than just Chelsea doing VTuber stuff, although that has been cute the whole time.
Yes.
And then I think she's got someone else from the list to call out, which, good lord, she seems to have hit a spicy idiot.
When is she?
I remember this one from my old days of Red Pill Religion, if I'm being honest.
Oh, so this is a long coming goofball. We'll probably, this is probably what's going to be one after next. We'll need to get some receipts for this one because that'll be a busy day. But luckily, that's not till after next one. We'll be doing more of this and hopefully have the whole crew here for most of the time. Yeah. And hopefully not take over an hour and a half because I'm looking at the clock and my recording says 1 hour 42 minutes.
Yeah, but I think we still make good time.
That's better than last time. 3 hour 20 minute upload.
I can't wait to use this all again for the podcast.
This is better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, on behalf of Diva and with Ray and Chels, I'm Servant. We are the Religious Nerd Squad. Again, remember, like, comment, subscribe. Suggestions are welcome. We entertain those. And feel free to share this with other people so they can see it if you think they might like it. But have a good day, y'all. God bless.
Bye. God bless.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.